So I'm literally filming this a few minutes before the West Ham game kicks off in pre-season, and Villa have released another statement on their Twitter which basically announces that the Thierry Henry crap story is a load of bollocks and Steve Bruce is staying at the club. I'm just going to share my thoughts on this and what I thought about the whole saga about Thierry Henry and where we can go from here basically. Now in terms of Thierry Henry and all that stuff, I don't really know where it started. I think it might have been a paper like the Daily Star or something like that. It just printed something about Thierry Henry saying yes to Aston Villa, and that's where it all started. Obviously Thierry Henry was the assistant manager to Belgium during the World Cup when they finished third and beat England coincidentally in the third place playoff. Belgium did very well in that, and I do think Roberto Martinez is a bit of a fraud of a manager. He's the manager of Belgium. So Thierry Henry must be doing something right to help Belgium get where they did in the World Cup, because they did do very well. But yeah, back to the Daily Star reporting this. Basically they just reported that, and then it was all over the BBC gossip columns, it was all over Sky, it was just basically everywhere. Everywhere you looked on Twitter it was Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry, Thierry Henry, and it was just a hard one to believe. Like, it came out of the blue. It just didn't seem realistic. Obviously we've seen Frank Lampard go to Derby, Gerrard go to Rangers. These like legendary players who have recently retired walking straight into jobs basically, especially in the Championship as well, with Lampard going to Derby. So it wasn't completely absurd, but it was a weird one. I think it started a couple of days ago, and especially today we all knew that Bruce was having this meeting with the new owners at Villa Park. So if anything was going to be announced, it was going to be today, and I just think everyone's been all over Twitter today just to see what's going on and if there's going to be an announcement. And there's been so many rumours and so many journalists just spouting a load of rubbish, and I'm glad now we've got clarity and we can just focus on the season ahead. Going to talk a little bit about Steve Bruce now and the press statement that came out on Twitter today. Basically it just says that Steve Bruce has the full support of the owners and they've put all their trust in him, and he is going to be the manager of Aston Villa for the upcoming season. And I'm happy. I'm gonna say, when it was Thierry Henry versus Steve Bruce, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, it was 50-50, because I just think Steve Bruce last season, ultimately the aim was to get promoted, and at the end of the day we failed. Last season, the whole season as a whole, it was a fun season, but the goal was to get promoted, and that didn't happen. And I'm not saying all of the blame has to lie with Steve Bruce, but a lot of it does, because he's the manager of the football club. Obviously the players let us down in the final of the playoffs, but a lot of the blame should be put on his shoulders. But with the experience he's got, you're not going to get a better guy in the Championship. And to be fair, I do think he's the right guy for the job. Thierry Henry, he's something fresh, he's something new, but he was such a massive gamble. And if we brought him in and he didn't win any of his first 5 games, we'd say it would turn toxic at Villa Park. We've seen it before. Di Matteo, I think it could have been similar to Di Matteo if it didn't work out, because big name, big reputation, coming in and not succeeding, and the fans turn on them very, very quickly. So I think with Steve Bruce, we know what he can do. He's been at the club I think 20+ months now, so he knows the players know him, and they know what to expect. I think as well, if Bruce did go and Henry came in, it could have had an effect on Grealish and Chester and our big players. They might not have wanted to stay. It might have encouraged them to leave, because we've seen Steve Bruce does bring the best out of Jack Grealish. So who knows? I think we've just got to forget about this Thierry Henry rubbish now and just put all of our support into Steve Bruce, because there's nothing we can do. All we can do is go to Villa Park, go to the away games and just support the Villa. And it's going to be a difficult season. Obviously we've lost a few big names, but all we can just do is turn up, support the team, and just hope the best comes out of Villa this season, because Steve Bruce, he knows what he's doing, and I do trust him, and we know what to expect, and hopefully he can do his wonders. And because we did have some very good spells last season, we had some very, very good results. You look at the Wolves games, you look at, I don't know, a couple of the Blues games, some of the big games we did very, very well in. Obviously a couple of runs last season let us down, like QPR at home and games like that. But all in all, it was a good season up until the final hurdle. So fair play Steve Bruce. He's very experienced, he knows what he's doing. So hopefully next season he knows what to do, and we just put our trust in him. and let's just go forward from here. I'd like to hear what you guys think in the comments below, so leave your comments down there. Like the video if you enjoyed it, share it around, and I'm not going to any more games until Yeovil in the Carabao Cup on a Tuesday night. So stick with the channel, stick with the Villa. Right, I'm absolutely fuming. I've just finished recording that video and then I go onto YouTube and Villa have just released an interview with the new owners. So I'm gonna have to watch that and just see what my thoughts are and just report back basically. It's just annoying, God's sake. Basically they did an interview and it was just about their background and stuff, but the interviewer guy said basically what your hopes for Aston Villa, and it was like, you know, it was just this, I'm not gonna say it's the same old, but I'm not gonna lie, we've heard it all before. It's like, we need to get this club back where it belongs. It's got a big history and all that, which you kind of expect, you know, but fair play to the guys. They do seem very knowledgeable. They've done their research into Villa by the looks of it. So you can only expect big things now. I don't want to jinx it because we've seen it all before with Lerner and Gia, so we just need to just calm down for the time being, but it looks hopeful, to be honest. They look very knowledgeable, as I've said. They've got a lot of businesses. They know what they're doing, so yeah, time tells. It's not going to happen overnight. That's one thing they did say. So we just need to just calm down for the time being and just go with the flow, basically. So I'm going to do the outro again. Thanks so much for watching. Leave a like, share it, leave your comments in the comment section as well. And yeah, up the Villa.
Still I get my money, still I get my money. You still acting funny, you still acting dummy.